Hello everyone, today we're going to be going over a future bass project in FL Studio. Free to download as well in the description. I'm just going to go over some of the layers. This is like an Illenium style, Nurko style. Who else makes future bass? Like Midas maybe, somebody like that, you know. So let's just get into it. First off, the master, I'm just going to point out because I usually forget. I have EQ on it. That is kind of cutting out the mids a little bit, and you know, changing the frequency of the highs a little, and putting the sub bass down. And I also put a compressor, and this is just put at like fast master. I think is the preset that I use on it. Sound goodizer, just a tiny bit, because it kind of brightens it up a bit. And Maximus, what I do is, so I only use Maximus so I can up the volume without it clipping. So basically what you do is go to threshold, or no, what is it, ceiling, threshold? I think you go to master, you go to threshold, and you do soft saturation, so it's like to the left, you do like 1%. And then you can go over here to the volume and put it up like as high as you want, and it won't really clip. So that's all that's doing on there. You don't really need that on there. And then there's also a soft clipper just in case, because this one's kind of loud, I guess. And then a limiter, which just comes on there. So that's why I went over the master, because I always forget anyway. So basically, we start this off with this ambient noise. Okay, and a little sweep. And then I have some instruments from the plugin. Wait, where'd it go? From the plugin Flex. These are all free packs as well with the free plugin, which is pretty awesome. So basically, there's some guitars, and then I have some strings underneath. So this is what all that sounds like. Okay, and then I introduce like another set of strings in here that'll sound like this. And that Essential Strings pack in Flex is free as well. Pretty crazy. So then I just have some more sweeps basically, and then I have some wind noise in the background as like an ambience thing. And here's like a lead that I use to filter up into the breaks, the break section. So here's what that is. Here, I'll just play it as it's filtering up. So this is basically just to like kind of have the noise going in the background before it kicks in. Okay, so that's that, and the same thing with the chords. Okay, so they're kind of sweeping up into the break section where it gets kind of, you know, intense. So basically, I'll go over, so here's the lead. These are mostly in silent. Yeah, okay, they're all in silent. I thought maybe some would be in serum, but they are all in silent, so that is all good. Here's that. Whoops. So that's the lead there. As you can see, I had to EQ the highs a bit there because they were a little too, you know, ringy in the ears. But so basically there's just a big reverb. You don't need Valhalla room for it. You can use whatever reverb you want. And then a sausage fattener. You don't really need that either, but it's kind of helpful. You could just make it louder. And then here's a dimension expander, which you also don't need, but it kind of fills the space up more. Like kind of another way you can achieve the same effect as a dimension expander would be to add the stereo widener effect that is free. So yeah, you could always just add that. And or I think it's called FL, like Fruity Stereo Enhancer or something. Anyway, and then a balance. So basically, I added these balances on the lead, the chords, and the bass because I didn't want them to get all muddy and sound like they're in different, you know, different levels. So yeah, that's all. And then I cut off some of the highs here in the EQ that were hurting my ears, so that's always helpful. Here are the chords. Oops, I'll show you the chords. Okay, there you go. So on the chords, I cut out all the lows and reverb and took out some of the highs that hurt my eardrums. Maybe, okay, and then another dimension expander and a balance like I was talking about before. So that one's pretty easy. And here's the bass. It's just very subby. Again, here just a balance and then cut out all the mids and the highs here. So that's very easy, that one. So, and these are, I think, both in silent as well. Yep, okay, cool. So, this is the breakdown section. We have some exhaust noises going here. We have drop claps. We have some reverb plucks to kind of add to the whole ethereal kind of ambient. Yeah, there we go. And then impact, of course. So, yeah, so here's that. Okay, hold on. Sorry, my computer is like being crazy here. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be rough. Okay, now to the build part. Sorry, my computer can't handle the recording and the, you know, all at once, so it's okay. We can go through, we can deal with it. It's fine. So basically, I added some plucks onto here for the build section. Okay, and the drop claps remain. There's a top loop, and there's this cashmere fill. Yeah. And then I filtered it down, everything a bit, and just have it filter back up. As you can hear there. Yeah, and then there's basically, there's a little vocal sweep here. I'll play that. It sounds like this. I don't know if you heard that, but oh, that's okay. And here's a drum fill. Those are essential for these kinds of songs. And I added the reverb pluck. So this is a drop now. I added the reverb plucks on top of it. And then I made a second one that's down an octave. So there's one high, one low. And the exhausts are back in here. So they kind of sound like drop claps, honestly. And then here's a like a hi-hat loop underneath. Yeah, and I added, so I put the plucks, I included the plucks in the drop. As kind of like a, you can't hear them, but you'll hear them when it goes, but, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so here's the drop. Hopefully my computer doesn't explode. Okay, sometimes you gotta be careful. This vocal sweep will, like, play at random times, and it'll kind of spook you, so I'll try to fix it. Hold on. Okay, so what I did there was I filtered it back down, because this is the second part of the drop now. So I just have this pluck and the chords. And so basically it's like making a sweep. And then it only plays 2 notes of the lead and cuts off everything else to make it sound more intense. And then just like, bam, hits you with everything else all at once. Yeah, again, sorry again for the clipping, but my computer is like gonna combust. So anyway, so it'll just sweep up to this kind of, you know, the new part of the song, so like the mid part, and it might, The computer shouldn't explode here because there's nothing, you know. And basically, what I did was just change the lead a little bit. So I changed the melody a bit. And this is just the strings going on here. And then they sweep into just a pluck section with a top loop. So here's that. So this part's kind of cool. I try to experiment with this. This is like a guitar drop section. It's pretty fun, so I'll just let you listen to it. This is all made with the flex as well. I'll kind of hear... Yeah, I'll just play it and then explain it. Okay, so basically what all this is I took the lead and I used a few different guitars from Flex. And then I added a cool guitar for this. Oops, here. So then it just sounds awesome. Sounds like a Dragon Ball intro or something if it was a bit faster. But anyway, so then it just and then it has like a kind of cool retro drum loop. Very cool. That's a Barely Alive sample. So yeah, so then it just breaks down again, and then it kind of comes in again with the normal lead future bass stuff here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh wow, okay. Okay, so then it just comes back up into a drop again. And there's not much different. I guess I added these water drops up here. I don't know why I did that, honestly. I just noticed them. Oh, okay, because it's like it turns into a dance song. Hold on a second. Hold on. Bear with me here. I'm gonna purge some unused audio clips. Hopefully that'll kind of speed it up a little bit. Nope. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Just a second. Let's go. Where are the animation settings again? I know you can't... Oh, here we go. Don't distract me. It's already... Hold on. It's already on the lace... Oh my goodness. I forgot how to pre-render this stuff, so... Just imagine it's like a dance song where it's like, yeah. And then it'll sweep up back into the big future bass hits. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. This is insane. Anyway, you kind of get what I'm doing. This is just like a dance version. So you here. This might help. So just imagine there's kicks behind that, right? So it's going boom, boom, you know? Yeah. Okay, anyway. Speaking of sidechaining, I will show you how I did that. So basically, all I did was in all these, so like here's a chord, here's the lead, here's the bass. All I did was click on them after I was done mixing them. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but you go down here, and then, so first off, you have to make a new kind of like channel in the mixer here and name it like sidechain or whatever. And you go to the chord of the bass of the lead, and you just go over here and right click and route to this track only. And then any effects you put on this sidechaining track or channel it'll affect whatever you just linked to that channel, basically. So like here I have a filter. So when I automate the filter, like down here, it'll affect all three. So it'll affect the lead, the chord, and the bass all at the same time. And probably the plucks too, because I have to sidechain that when it drops. So, and so here's that channel here. So basically, when you have those linked to here, you just right click the volume and hit create automation clip, and it'll look like one of these down here. And you basically just make it dip, and then you copy the value where it started, and then paste it where you're done, you know, making a space for the kicks and claps and whatnot. And then you just drag it down to whatever level sounds good, and what gives it that kind of pulsy kind of sound. And then you just repeat it for the kicks and the claps. So that's how you do the sidechaining for this kind of stuff. And yeah, so the reason my computer can't handle this is because this is a ginormous project, as you can see, and there's a lot of like samples involved, and there's lots of effects involved here. I guess not a ton of effects, but mostly just a lot of samples. But that's okay. Not a huge deal. So I think that is it. Let me look through quick and make sure there's nothing that I missed. I don't think I missed anything. There's probably some technical stuff that I didn't explain, but this is all meant for you to play around with, so feel free to download it in the description. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well if you like this sort of stuff. You like free projects, right? So just subscribe and like the video, and I'll have more coming out in the future as well. You can also look, I have a whole playlist full of projects that you can download that are free, and yeah, that's about it. So I will just play it here now for you to where it's not clipping constantly, and then you can download it and have a great time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.